Whatever, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Triple P&J. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to all our people out there that's really showing some love and showing us support and tuning in for this day's episode, of tonight's episode. Shout out to all our listeners out there for all our audio platforms. Y'all already know what it is. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh. I was like, are you playing or are you playing with me? But yeah, we got a special.
I was just listening to some of those words, but I'm gonna let you go.
Well,
yeah,
he's back, you guys.
I'm back. I'm trying, okay? My words is I've been talking all day, but we got a special episode for you guys. So this one's gonna kind of hit home a little bit, all right?
Tell everybody about themselves.
Yeah, tell you about yourself, good and bad. But go ahead, bring it in.
Yeah, so in this episode, Kaila actually came with this idea. So
Thank you,
we're going to be discussing the Zodiac signs. Of course, everybody knows that there's 12 of them. So we're going to be discussing some of the
characters. Know about that.
Well, there's 12 of them if you don't know. They're going to be.
Supposedly it's 13.
Where'd that other one come from? What's the name?
It starts with an O. I can't pronounce it.
Oh.
The others, got it.
Let me look it up. I'm gonna look
Yeah, so we decided to just break down some of the characteristics and stereotypes, and we all know somebody that has a birthday in those date ranges. So we're going to bring it in and discuss some of the Zodiac signs, and y'all can drop down in the comments if you feel attacked or if you don't feel attacked, and, tell us what your sign is, and are we accurate with our judgments?
Yeah, drop some gems, good and bad.
So am I starting it off?
Huh? Yeah, actually.
You could start it off. We could go this way.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right.
Start with your own.
I don't want to go no more.
We all got to sign their own too, so.
Okay, all right. Well, then I'll start it off. Crazy how that is. I am an Aries. This is the first sign of the Zodiac wheel, baby. You already know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So funny how that goes. But anyways, we the first ones up. We dating the ranges from March 21st to April the 19th. So if y'all follow within them day ranges, much love to y'all. Y'all the best out there. No Zodiac sign does it better than we do. I don't care what it is. But anyways, we're the first sign. If I haven't mentioned it already, we're the first of the signs. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, let's put it out there.
We don't think you mentioned it already.
Okay.
First sign. Okay, we got that part.
Number one.
Thank you. So, with that being said, our element is fire. We are fire signs. And we are represented by a ram, which basically represents our fiery and assertive nature. We're enthusiastic and independent. So that's me as fuck, because I do be an independent ass motherfucker. I be on my little lonesome. But anyway, solo dolo. We're fiery, energetic, and ambitious. We have an ambitious nature. Like, we definitely want to get to it. We not some hold up, sitting in the house not doing jack shit with yourself kind of person. And if you are, you really doing it down bad. So get your ass up and get some shit moving, get some money moving, something.
Okay, so y'all aren't lazy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Heard that.
We are not no lazy people. So areas that I know are myself included, my twin sister, my brother. I do have, the whole dang family lineup is an Aries. Well, as far as siblings, and then some coworkers that are out there that have the Aries sign as well. There's a bunch of Aries out there. I've known plenty from my past work, and I'm not gonna lie, every time I met an Aries, we click. And I don't even know that we're there in Aries until it's like, I was like, you know what? Are you an Aries? Damn sure. They do be in the month of March too, and it's just something about it. Just the energy just be all up.
Yeah.
So with that said, we do have some weaknesses.
So do you feel like the characteristic that you named a second ago, do you feel like that aligns well with you? Do you think that you're all those things?
Yeah, I am definitely fiery. I can have a little fiery personality.
Okay.
I am assertive. You know, when no means no, I say no, or I stand on how I feel about certain things, whether it's good or bad.
I agree.
Okay, I agree.
But I am enthusiastic. I really am an enthusiastic individual. I think with a lot of people that's around me know me when I'm in a good mood, that like I'm really cheerful, really like I'm out there. I'm a pretty bubbly person.
Singing and dancing.
Yeah, you know, and then I am independent, so I do value my independence, my alone time. Like you could literally, it could just be me, and I'm cool with that. Like I really don't have an issue with not being surrounded by people, and I like it. But I do appreciate my loved ones and my friends and people that are around me when it is time for me to get out and not be a little recluse.
Okay, so what's your weaknesses? And are they true?
First and foremost, we're never the problem. But weaknesses.
Always there. Right.
We're impulsive. That is true. Ding, ding, ding. We're impatient.
I thought you were patient. Does it depend on the situation?
It depends on the situation. I'm impatient when it comes to progression. When it comes to, not progression, but like being where I want to be in life. I think that's the issue with my wanting to be ambitious and my fiery nature. Because like I want it. Like when I want, like whether it's me or the people around me seeing us succeed, like kind of want it now. You know what I'm saying? Or like when I was working on my credit, you know, that was one of the biggest things because I'm a patient person, but when I have a goal, I want it now. But, you know, and I think the patience came along with me growing up because my dad always told me, like, you know, I was very impatient when I was younger. But as I got older and I dealt with problems throughout my life, that I learned, like, it ain't going to solve itself in a day, so you got to be patient. And yeah, but it is a weakness of mine. Naturally, that's what you're going to be built with, is impatience. We are prone to anger and frustration. But we're never the problem. Remember that.
Do you feel like you're angered easily?
I feel like, depending on the situation, I can get riled up real quick. Okay. My feathers can get ruffled, and it's just a little gust of wind.
I see that.
Absolutely.
I think I've seen it a couple of times. Yeah.
Have you experienced it firsthand?
Yes, I have.
How was it being on the other side of that?
Once or twice.
I guess the same way, because I'm a Taurus, so I guess the same way that it is being on my bad side, it's not that pleasant. And I'll make sure it's not. But we're getting to me.
Yeah, but let me wrap it up with the Aries. So like careers, we excel in careers that require leadership, initiative, and action, which is things like entrepreneurship, sports, and the military. Crazy how that is, because I used to be in the military, and I kind of do like the entrepreneur side. Never really dug too deep into it, but I feel like if I had that right knowledge base, I probably would do really good at it.
Yeah, you're doing it now.
Yeah, leadership of some sort.
No, I was talking about this.
Oh. Yeah, I'm leading this.
It's a business.
I'm leading this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. See that? I gotta stop blinding myself. Other than that, compatibility. We are compatible with other fire or air signs, i.e. Leos, Sagittarius, Geminis, Libras, Aquarius, and it does say that we also can have good attractions or decent compatibility with the other signs as well. So basically, with that being said, everybody likes us, but we do like fire and air signs. And like I said earlier, every time I met an Aries or air sign, I seem to click really quick.
Do you feel like this is the last question for Aries? But do you feel like the Aries that you come across, like most of them, do you think that they exhibit the same characteristics that you have? They do? Okay.
They definitely do.
Okay.
And if y'all say y'all don't, you do. And you're just like me. You're thinking you're not the problem, but you are.
Look at you finally admitting it. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Right. Okay, so moving right along. So, my sign is a Taurus. So that's the first one I'm going to read. Taurus season is coming up at the end of this month, so buckle up. Can't wait. Taurus season's always crazy. But Taurus is an earth sign. I'm
going to need more than a buckle. I'm going to need this shit did you do when you get on a roller coaster?
And make sure you strapped in properly.
I need to hear the click.
Yes, check it, shake it, make sure it's on tight.
But Taurus, we're earth signs. We're the second sign in the zodiac. Taurians, that's what we're called. We're grounded and we're practical and valuing stability and security. Our symbol is a bull, which does represent strength, determination, and stubbornness at the same time. Ooh. All of that mixed together. We can be loyal and dependable. Taurians are fiercely loyal to those that they care about, and we're known for being reliable. We're kind of resistant to change, so that's where we can feel like we're stuck in the same place, but we kind of put ourselves there because we're comfortable with...
I think that ties into like the whole stability situation.
Yes, because it's stable. So
right.
we're used to it. So sometimes we are reluctant to change, and I will admit, sometimes I get complacent and I'm comfortable in certain scenarios, and then I realize, I blink and I'm like, okay, it's time to move around.
Yeah, healthy change.
Healthy change. We're possessive, allegedly. We're possessive about our belongings and our relationships. Some of our stereotypes, the ones that I feel that aren't true, is that we're materialistic. I don't feel like I'm materialistic. I can be a little bougie sometimes, but I don't feel like I'm materialistic. Like, it is what it is. If you got it, you got it. If I don't, I don't. Being rude is one of the ones. Being rude is...
Why you laugh like that?
That's an untrue one?
For me, I feel like if I'm rude, like actually rude, like there's a difference between the banter back and forth that we do. But if I'm just actually rude to you, you deserved it. So I don't feel like...
If I had a drink...
I can't remember how many times you said, oh, that's rude. I just heard it.
If I had a drink, I would have spit it right there.
But every time you say that, it'd be in a situation to where I'm kind of joking or whatever, but it comes off rude. So me being just a naturally rude person, I don't agree with that. Now, the one that I will agree with is the nonchalantness. Because
absolutely,
anybody that knows me, I do wear my emotions on my sleeve sometimes, but then you'll get that version of me to where it's like, I don't really care, and you're going to know I don't care.
It's a shutout.
Or I'm going to, I will not give a damn about what you're talking about. If I'm done with the conversation and I feel like the conversation not making progress, I will shut down.
It's because he cares.
I care, but I don't care at the same time.
He cares.
I'm not going to show you I care. So... I will okay you to death, like you're steadily talking, like, yeah, okay, oh, you're right, yeah, okay. Or I'll just walk off mid-conversation if I'm not interested. If you've pissed me off and I'm not trying to be rude, I will definitely walk off.
He is the king of walking off, and it has pissed me off.
He's going to piss you off
for
first
the
with
whole
selective.
time I have ever known him.
Yep.
For real?
The whole time. Because you will say what you want to say and then walk the fuck off. And
you should have been quicker.
Oh, it drives me.
It ain't about being quicker because he going to keep repeating himself and talking over you until he get his point across, and then he going to
Well, 9 times out of 10 when that happens, I'm still talking and then somebody tries to chime in, and yes, I'm going to repeat myself because you're not going to talk over me. So we're talking over each other at this point.
How they chiming in if you talking to them? You can't chime into a conversation.
Well, I feel like
person.
If I'm talking first, you talk to listen and understand what I'm saying. So
and then he walks off before you get a chance to respond.
So
and that's what pisses me off.
So how you listen and understand that?
That's what be having me ready to.
Because I do not. I do
Bop him in the back of the head.
I do not just walk off every time. I will start listening to what you have to say, and if it's not what I feel like you should be saying, peace. I'm done with the conversation.
So if somebody does that to you, what do you do?
Oh, I'll get irritated. Quick.
You follow them?
Yes. Yes.
Another thing.
Have you experienced that firsthand?
Don't walk off from me. That's him. Don't walk off from me. That's what I do.
I've been a victim of that experience.
Yeah, he's been a victim of both. A victim of me just walking off, like, I don't care what you're talking about. And then he started doing the same thing back, and I'm like, okay. So now I see what it's like, but I'm going to keep doing it.
Look back at it, it do be some funny ass shit, though, for real.
It do, especially if it's not like a real heated conversation. No. I'm just I'm done.
It just be some funny banter, and then he's like, okay, bye.
Yeah, or I've noticed, like, I guess I have ADHD or something, but I've noticed that I'll get in a conversation with somebody, like, I'll ask them a question, and then they start, like, talking, and they've already answered my question already 30 sentences ago, and they just keep talking and talking, and I will just tune it out and forget that they're even talking to me, and before you know it, I've walked off, and they're looking like, damn, I was talking to him.
And one thing about Curtis, you're going to see it in his facial expression, as per the other episode.
Yes. So, with all the other things I named besides those, do y'all feel like those are accurate with y'all knowing me? And you know Nitra and Net and their Tauruses as well. Do you feel like they exhibit all of those things that I said?
The nonchalant, absolutely. I mean, I'm still getting to know Net, so I haven't really seen her characteristics, but between you and Nitra, yes, absolutely nonchalant. Detached. What else you said?
Just go back to the good ones. Materialistic.
Yes, absolutely.
You think I'm materialistic?
Yes. Don't you got a whole closet full of cologne?
See, I don't think of that as materialistic because, I mean, you gotta smell good.
Right.
Possessive, loyal.
Some people should be materialistic.
I won't say
loyal,
possessive. I don't think y'all are possessive.
Okay. Loyal and dependable.
Yes.
And stubborn.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, what about you? Do you feel that that's accurate?
Yeah, I do feel like they're a little possessive to an extent.
It just depends.
It depends on the person or the friend relationship, but yeah, cause they like what's theirs, and I get that. Like, I feel like everybody should be like that to a degree.
A little possessive.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those possessive friends to be like, friendship wise, I'm not one of those possessive individuals where I'm like, that's my friend, that's not your friend. Because I feel like, me personally, I feel like I'm everybody's best friend. So, of course, if I got to share me with multiple people, I would expect y'all to have friends too. But nobody comes before me, so. Moving right along.
Shots fired.
Who's next on the chopping block?
Mine's Aquarius.
Okay.
I
like me some Aquariuses.
Aquarius is the 11th sign of the Zodiac.
Yeah.
It is an air sign.
Yeah.
The symbol is a water barrier. It's from January 20th to February 18th.
It's a water barrier?
The sign. It's the lady pouring the water barrier.
Oh, okay. Like the bear.
The symbol, yeah. Humanitarians of the Zodiac, basically the hippies. This person will be like your spiritual friend, your hippie friend, your deep thinker.
And they're super like chill spoken too. So many Aquarius.
Can I comment on the deep thinking? So
absolutely.
I feel like you're one of my Aquarius friends. There's another one, but you're the Aquarius friend that is deep thinking but makes sense. The other Aquarius friend that I associate with sometimes, they're critical thinking too, but their shit don't make sense. And they always think that they're right. That's a male Aquarius. But the female Aquarius, I have no type of issues with.
Well, I'm going to be honest. Feeling like you're always right. Nobody knows better than you. That is very much an Aquarius trait. We do feel like we the best. We do feel like we know.
Confidence is key.
Yeah. So that is a common stereotype though of Aquariuses are cold, aloof, unemotional, and condescending. I don't feel like we condescending. I just feel like we kind of go where the wind blows. We just, hey, if this is how I'm feeling today, this is how I'm feeling today.
Yep.
I may like you today, and tomorrow I may not want to talk to you.
I do agree with the cold aspect only when you're aggravated. Like most of us, when you're aggravated, you could definitely see it, and because I've known you for over 10 years at this point.
Like that, or some type of like emotional distress will make them like that.
Yeah.
They become like very cold because they're just focused on trying to get themselves back right.
Yeah, like they might not even be mad at you, but
just shut down.
Yeah, they can shut down. Y'all can shut down because something might not be going right in your life right now, or you might not be where you want to be, and it's projected as you're mad at the world, but you're really just kind of irritated with yourself. Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know so many Aquariuses. It's funny, but I love some Aquariuses.
Yeah, I know another Aquarius
We was having
too.
that conversation earlier about how like every Aquarius is like unique. I don't know what it is, but like they're like the same people, but like they just have like a unique presence. Like one of my well, I think we're still friends. We're not friends on Snapchat no more. We don't talk like that. But my I guess ex-friend Sammy, she was Aquarius. Leon's an Aquarius.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like this is very.
But he don't have no emotion.
It was probably the ashwagandha.
Probably, or that, or something else. She just never know. But
so honestly, the cold and the unemotional thing is very much a stereotype, but it's really not, because we do give it to like I'm not gonna show you that I'm unemotional right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with a breakup, I'm not gonna let you know that you hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna let you know that you broke my heart.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go in my room and cry. But when I see you or on social media, it's gonna look like I'm good. I'm
this breakup was
enjoying
the
it.
best thing ever.
Okay, I should have. That's what I wrote one time. I should have cheated. That's what I should have did.
I should have cheated.
That's what I said.
Yeah, most
But
of them definitely don't show when they're going through a struggle either. Like they definitely just like to hide it. They don't like to
you
put
would
it
never
off on
know.
people.
Yep.
Yeah,
So it gives off unemotional. It gives off.
Yeah.
Cold.
Well, like when they have close people, then like you'll know. Like
Mm-hmm.
they'll definitely open up to you. But I get that a lot.
Yeah, you got to be a close friend to hear the silence of an Aquarius.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, that was poetry.
Thanks, because I know I hear it.
That was
Everybody's
poetry.
best friend.
Some of the common traits is intellectual, innovative, independent, unconventional, free thinkers, spiritual, creative, open-minded, and unique.
I remember it was just one time years ago. I think we were working together at the pharmacy, and it was something you was going through. I don't remember, and I remember you probably know what I'm about to say, but we were talking about it, chopping it up like friends do, and she was venting to me about it, and to be honest with you, I did that nonchalant thing where I was like, Kaila, look, I have never seen you struggle in life. You will figure it out. You have the willpower and everything. You will figure it out. You're going to be all right. And she was. So I was right.
Yeah. I just got to get it off my chest. Like, I might be in depression for 24 hours. And when I go to sleep and wake up the next morning, I'm, okay, this is what I need to do to fix this. So, boom, 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 that's what I need to do. Cool, I'm doing it. And that's it. Now, I might, have an off day and just sit in the house and lay in the bed all day. But once I wake up the next morning,
Fucking we up.
I'm over it, okay?
Right, you want
that
to
was
drink?
enough. Yeah, that was enough sadness for me. Let's go.
I like that. Brush it off and keep it stepping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Aquariuses that I know, besides myself, my daughter is an Aquarius. Our common friend is an Aquarius, which is surprising because me and him don't really get along.
I was just about to ask that. Do you commonly get along with Aquariuses?
I don't know too many. But the ones and then I in my trail ride community, I know maybe one or two. And I mean, I don't feel like any Aquariuses that I've ever met, I don't feel like we act alike. So I don't bond with them.
That's why I say they're very unique people.
Yeah.
So it's you trying to pick one precious stone over another precious stone, and then
right.
you mom, yeah.
Y'all have some of the same characteristics, but y'all are completely different individuals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that, based off of the Aquariuses that I know.
Yeah, I agree.
My favorite sign besides myself would be, I would choose Libra if I had to choose anything else besides myself. because with characteristic wise, that's like the closest sign to an Aquarius. Although our compatible signs are Libra, Gemini,
Crazy folk.
air signs basically, but we're also compatible with fire signs too. So I think it said like Aries and Aries, Leos, and Sagittarius.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Sagittarius is my least, the sign I don't like, I would say.
And I can definitely pick up on why. It's that telepathy. I can definitely pick up on why.
Yeah, I don't care.
Was a Libra.
My dad was a Libra.
Not at your dad, the ex-wife.
I know. But my dad wasn't.
My mom was a Libra.
You know the stereotype that people. I mean, I guess we'll get into it more. Well, we'll get into it more when we get to Libra. But I don't know, the stuff that people say about Libras. It wasn't my dad. My dad was not that type of person. But we'll get to it when we get to that side. What's next?
All right. So now that we got the good three out the way, we're gonna get the rest of y'all.
Thank God for the good three.
Next on the list, we chopping it right down the middle. We going to the Virgos, the sixth sign of the Zodiac wheel. This is for all you people out there that's from August 23rd birthdays all the way to September 22nd. I ain't gonna lie, when I first looked at Virgo, I was like, do I know any Virgos? Because I know a little more than what I thought. So Virgos are earth signs. They're represented by a young maiden carrying a sheaf of wheat and often associated with harvest or fertility. Yeah, so keep y'all shit wrapped up. Fertile. Keep y'all shit wrapped up and good to go because y'all be them 9 and plus families.
You know what's funny with the Virgo? Because the Virgo and the Taurus, every time I look at Virgo or who Taurus is compatible with, like relationship wise, it always brings me back to Virgo. However, based off of past experiences and, you know, some of the Virgos I know, I don't really feel that compatible with them. That's why I don't really feel like some of that's accurate because our friend Victoria, she's a Virgo, and I know damn well, no offense or anything, but I know damn well me and her we could never be in a relationship. We'll be in this bitch arguing all day.
I ain't gonna lie.
What the fuck you mean? I'm not cooking.
She come off like an Aries, so sometimes.
She do.
Like, if I didn't know any better, that's what I would have thought she was.
Yeah, her, and then one of our other mutual friends, she's a Virgo as well, and
I have a mutual friend, my friend's friend, she's a Virgo, and she grew up a scrapper. Like, she was just always boxing, got beefing with bitches and shit like that, and if you ever happen to see this, love you to death, but, you know. But, yeah, I mean, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see some of these. But anyways, let me get into the rest of it. And my friend's wife, Jasmine, she's a
John, and you'll be on the show in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So if y'all peeping now, you're going to check them out whenever we have the episode about 2 weeks from now. They're practical, analytical, and detail-oriented.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can see
I'll
that.
agree with that.
And then their weaknesses can be overly critical of themselves or others. Yeah, especially when alcohol gets involved and they start crying. They struggle with expressing emotions. I don't feel like they struggle with expressing emotions personally. I feel like a lot of them get what they need to get out.
I don't think that they struggle with the emotions. I think that the way that they come off, it seems like they struggle with it.
Then that's probably what it means by how they express it.
Yes, they don't express it right.
Right.
Deliverance.
Yeah. They're prone to anxiety and worry.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, y'all work on that. But anyways, they basically are compatible with other earth signs like Tauruses, Capricorns, and water signs.
Okay. Aren't you one?
He's a fire.
Oh, you're fire.
Yeah, anyways.
Water.
So, they seek partners.
Oh, damn, I wasn't listening, I guess.
That's the craziness of the Aquarius. we're the water barrier, but we're an air
Gotcha.
sign.
My bad.
Yeah. Okay.
It's hot.
It's probably that apple juice you drink.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I'm goody.
You know how apple juice do you?
Yeah. Something about that Mott's apple juice.
100% juice.
Concentrate.
No sugar.
No sugar. You hear me?
So when it comes to their compatibility, they seek partners that share commitment to self-improvement. So y'all like improvement, and you like people that are going to be on the same wave that improve themselves. So if you out there and you a Virgo and you sitting with a person that's stagnant and don't like change, then go.
It ain't gonna work. And I don't know how many years it's gonna take you to realize it ain't gonna work.
We've been doing this shit for 15 years.
5:15.
Get the fuck out of these damn cars.
What was some of their stereotypes? Did you just say that?
I'd say practical, analytical, and detail oriented. I didn't really get into like the stereotypes or anything. I just said like the weaknesses. So I don't really know.
Yeah.
You should have been here. If you was a Virgo, you should have been
But
here.
I will agree with some of that
You should have
stuff.
advocated for yourself.
With some of that stuff you said, I do agree with that based off of the Virgos that I know.
Yeah.
So the next one that I have is Gemini. So the two Geminis that I'm well acquainted with would be Dre and Osha. They're two of my best friends. So
There's a lot of Geminis.
I definitely know them. So Gemini ranges from May 21st, right after us, May 21st to June 20th. They're air sign, they're ruled by Mercury, and they're represented by twins. So one of the major things with Geminis is that they're good at communicating. They're known for their quick wit and love talking and the ability to connect with others. They're intellectual. They have intellectual curiosity, always seeking new information and experiences and enjoying engaging in stimulating conversations. From the two Geminis I know, that's facts. We're always, when we get together, talking about growth opportunities or what we want to do in life, and that stimulates me too. So you got to be surrounded by like-minded individuals.
One of our certified yappers is a Gemini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The second one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
The other one is their duality. That means that they're represented by the twins. Gemini sometimes can be seen as having two sides to their personalities. A lot of people that goes to the stereotypes, they see them as two-faced. Honestly, I don't feel like they're two-faced based off of the two people I'm acquainted with, but I do feel like that their personalities switch. And it's based
That's basically what it is.
It's based off of who they're surrounded with, honestly. So they're not going to talk to you the same way they would talk to you, and vice versa. And, sometimes they're, closed in and things like that. Another stereotype would be they're inconsistent or unreliable. The unreliable part, I would say, is false. And the they're restless, which means that they can't focus that much because they're restless. So I do agree with a majority of those. I don't agree with them being two-faced. I just feel like they have different personalities based off of who they're with.
Yeah,
And I feel like most of us are that same way too. Like I'm not gonna be the same way with you I am with you.
Yeah, you express different sides of you to different people who connect in that aspect.
Absolutely.
So.
That.
Oh, it's on me?
Yep.
Okay, the next sign is Leo. It is the 5th sign of the Zodiac.
Tell me about them.
They range from July 23rd to August 22nd.
Love me some Leos.
Their sign is the lion, of course. Fire sign. They're very fiery and charismatic. Did I say that?
Charismatic.
Charismatic.
Yeah, charismatic. Yeah, that. That's some of their traits. They're also loyal, confident, known leaders, and dramatic.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with all of that. So
I think the dramatic was the nice little cherry on top. Because it was like a lot of good stuff and then dramatic. Yeah,
what was the date range?
July 23rd to August 22nd.
So DJ's a Leo and my dad was a Leo.
My dad's a Leo too.
Is he?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I don't know personally any Leos, but I'll give some celebrities.
That's where our brotherhood comes from.
Yes.
So some famous people that are Leos are Halle Berry, Sandra Bullock, Barack Obama,
Okay.
Demi Lovato.
I never thought about that.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Whitney Houston, Vivica Fox, Madonna, Viola Davis, and the list goes on. But that's just,
But I definitely feel like with the Leos that I've come across, they're headstrong. Like they definitely stand on business. That's what the young folks say. Mm-hmm. They stand on business. They mean what they say and they say what they mean. Going back to DJ and then more personally, my dad, I take after him. So I know damn well that Leo, everything you listed on the card is accurate.
Well, the stereotypes for them is love to be center of attention. Love to be center of attention.
I could agree with that too.
If you say DJ, hell yeah.
I say my dad too. I would say my dad as well. I wouldn't say he would like walk in the room and be the center of attention, but once he's in that room, you're gonna know he's in that room, and he's gonna make his presence known. He's very opinionated, just like DJ as well.
Yeah.
He's going to say what he feel and don't care how you feel about it.
That's my dad 100%. Because he definitely come in the room. He ain't going.
Yeah, I be seeing him on Facebook.
Yeah, he be turning up on the phone.
They be cracking me up.
He be very political, and then they be in my dad's comments mad as fuck, typing this long ass paragraph.
And he said like a sentence or two back. Of course, you would say that.
Yeah. He said, "Okay, well, my business hours are from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Reach back to me when you're done." So he said some slick ass shit, but no, he's very like a social butterfly. Like he can definitely come into the room and then just like liven it up, or he'll say something. I'd be like, it'd be embarrassing to me, but like people genuinely love it.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Man.
There was times when I was an adult, my dad would be like, "Are you embarrassed of me? You're not taking me certain places?" And I was like, "No, of course not. You just never know what's going to come out your mouth." And then I turned out to be the same damn way. So you got to warn me I'm on speakerphone.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Love me some Leos. And shout out to my friend Devin. Yeah, she already knows.
Shout out to the Leos.
Yeah.
I actually like everything that we have on these cards so far.
Yeah. Yeah, we doing everybody justice.
What's next?
Alrighty. Next on the board is some Sagittariuses.
Boo.
Yeah, y'all don't get no love.
We know that's her least favorite.
I don't know too many Sagittariuses, bro. Like that's
What's their
just
date range?
They're from November 22nd to December 21st. That's the time when people are making the babies. They're not being born until that time, because that means 9 months from then, like, where was you at? That's like March. Because if you was born around November, so that means
you mean if
March, I don't know, April, May,
yeah,
June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, so somewhere around like March, February. Who fucking in the spring? Never mind. I think. Wait. Let me recap.
That is the time for fertile. That is literally.
I think people fuck all year.
Right, but I'm just saying. I just don't know too many
literally
people born around that time. So I don't know what it is, but like February, March. That's usually when I've seen motherfuckers be born.
I really can't think of anybody that off the top of my head that I know with birthdays in that date range. Drop down in the comments and let us know.
The only thing I know is my dog that passed away. He was probably a Sagittarius.
Oh, don't get me the line. I don't know what I'm gonna say mine are Tauruses. Tauruses. Chase is a Leo. I know I got him around August. He's a Leo. For sure.
Ooh, baby, because he love to be up in your face. Oh.
Center of attention like
yes.
this.
Hopping and shit. But anyways, there are also fire signs. Shout out to my fellow brethren. You guys are the 9th Zodiac of the Zodiac Wheel. You're very adventurous and free-spirited. You guys are optimistic and positive. And we have any kind of rebuttals or anything about that so far?
No, because I don't really know any.
Okay, me neither. Y'all are truth-seeking. You're direct and honest. And some of your stereotypes are you struggle with commitment. You're...
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold it back. You're impulsive and impatient. And I get that. I think that just comes from being a fiery spirit. We're very demanding and we don't like to wait. I want it now, like J.G. Whitworth. I want my money.
And I want it now.
But yeah, that's it. Y'all didn't really get too much love because y'all not out there. So if you in the comments, turn up.
So the next one that I had was Cancer. I know 2 people that is a Cancer. One of our mutual friends, God rest her soul. Another one is me and your mutual friend. They're a water sign. They're ruled by the moon. They're the 4th sign of the zodiac, and they're represented by a crab. Personality traits: they're known for being emotional, nurturing, intuitive, often sensitive.
I like crab.
Okay. They're considered loyal, family-oriented, and protective of their loved ones. Compatibility: Cancer, they're often considered the most compatible with other water signs like Scorpio and Pisces, and they're also well with earth signs like Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn.
That makes sense why we don't get along.
Yes. And they're good at creating a sense of comfort and security in their relationships. 2 of the stereotypes that I found for them, which I kind of agree with. One is being a weeping willow, which means a crybaby. And the other one is constantly victimized by their subjective worldview, which means you're playing the victim to something that you created. So I agree with both of those, honestly. But yeah, that's that. How do y'all feel about Cancers? Because y'all know a couple Cancers too.
I'm gonna withhold my statement.
Cancers. Who do I know that's besides? Besides.
I don't know. I don't know who you know.
I think she the only
Based off of the time we had with her, some of this stuff is true.
Yeah.
She was very nurturing.
Yeah.
Because I was 18, fresh out of high school, or about to be out of high school when I met her, and she took me under her wing like I was her brother. So.
Can I see?
Yes, you don't know her, but. Oh. But yeah, she was very intuitive. And she was very much family oriented, and she was protective over her loved ones. That's actually how she passed. But yeah, I agree with most of the card.
Yeah.
Now the crybaby part, I don't really agree with that about her, but the other friend I do agree with it about.
You know, Cancers. A lot of people say that Cancers are crybabies. The crybabies of the zodiac.
They might be.
And some of them may be. The one I know, she wasn't no crybaby, baby. She was tough as nails.
Yeah, she was ready to fight you.
Tough as nails.
She might cry about it after, but she was ready to fight you.
She gonna fight you, baby.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. And it ain't gonna take a couple of times either. The first time, what you say?
Yeah.
What a time. You remember when me, you, and her have went, was that you? Yeah, I think it was. We had went somewhere and we was about to fight the 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch that anybody could get it. And I looked, I said, you know anybody includes you too, right? What a time. And she was like, yeah, don't play with him. Good times. God rest your soul, Paula.
And we definitely miss you.
Yeah. But from my experience, Kansas, we love you. I might not get along with you every time, but, you know, we got love for you. So that was my little end cap.
And what number was the Kansas?
Oh, they were number 4.
Yeah.
4th sign of the Zodiac.
Yeah, that's why. They're like in the middle, kind of forgotten. Whatever. Anyways.
Lord, somebody tell you you're number 1 and you just let it go to your head.
The oldest one. All right. Next.
So my next sign is Scorpio, the 8th sign of the Zodiac. They come from October 23rd to November 21st. Their sign, of course, is the Scorpion. Common characteristics is passionate, mysterious, private, and resourceful. Stereotypes is jealous, dangerous, secretive, and detached.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You don't want... Never mind.
I don't really, I mean, not off the top of my head of people that's close to me. That's Scorpios.
I do.
Forgot about them.
Some famous people that
Can
are
you run
Scorpio.
that back? Can you run that card back?
Yeah, because now that I know somebody, run it back.
Okay, so they range from October 23rd to November 21st. Okay, some stereotypes is jealous, secretive, detached, and dangerous.
What was the rest of that?
They're private. They're passionate, mysterious, and resourceful.
You know what? I don't know about resourceful, but I agree with everything else.
Yup.
Some famous people, Sierra, Leonardo DiCaprio, Frank Ocean, Katy Perry, Bill Gates, Drake, Tracy Ellis Ross, Gabrielle Union, Willow Smith, and the list goes on. Whoopi Goldberg.
There's a lot of Scorpios out there. That's what's up.
Demi Moore,
Okay.
Julia Roberts, Scorpio.
Lady Gaga was in Aries.
She is an Aries.
Yeah, I didn't go over Aquariuses, but it's a lot more famous Aquarius people than you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of Tauruses too. I did see the list, but I didn't write them down.
Carisha is an Aquarius. Young Miami, if y'all don't know.
All right, so my card that's next on.
I know he didn't cut me off.
Welcome to the club.
Megan Thee Stallion is an Aquarius.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have told some people like, okay, pipe down.
Go ahead with your little card.
It ain't my people, so it's whatever. All right, so next on the list we got Pisces. Pisces are anybody that's in between the dates of February 19th to March the 20th.
Our good old Willis, he's a Pisces.
Willie. My grandma a Pisces.
Yep, and just like I was the first, you guys are the last. The 12 signs of the Zodiac wheel. I made a full fucking circle. This one.
First and the last.
Yep. And just like on fire, y'all are water. We're completely opposite sides on that aspect as well. Funny how that goes. So Pisces are represented by two fish swimming in opposite directions, representing fluid movement between fantasy and reality. You guys are dreamy, you're compassionate, intuitive in nature, you're empathetic and imaginative.
Okay.
I don't see a lot of that coming from you, Willis, but
The empathetic part, but no, it's not accurate.
yeah, but
Love you, Willis.
You are intuitive.
Yes. That was the chair.
I was like, damn, Chase.
Hungry?
Okay. I can see the dreamy. You know, you're very dreamy when it comes to, I think, life, really. And people, certain people. But other than that, some of your weaknesses, you're overly sensitive and emotional. You struggle with boundaries and self-care.
Wait, what?
Are you saying the sign or him?
I'm saying the sign.
Oh.
I'm just reading what the paper says.
He got boundaries. You can't work at Burger King, remember?
He definitely got boundaries.
His self-care is money.
You cannot work at Burger King and date Willis, okay? It's not gonna happen.
Were you there for that episode?
Yes.
Yeah. She hosted the reunion where we talked about it too.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we was turned up. I was like, Willis. What if that's their second job? He wasn't having it.
Step your shit up. That's what he's saying. Shout out to Willis.
Yep. And next on the list, you're indecisive and prone to escapism. Basically, when it means that you avoid reality and you distract yourself with activities.
I agree with that. I'm not going to say he escapes from reality because he knows his whereabouts, but he definitely is the one of the wild cards out the group.
Yeah,
so,
I don't want to say it's indecisive, but it's like you're still
a mixture of indecisive sometimes on like what his moves are going to be and things like that, but he always has his mind made up, but not made up at the same time. So that's kind of indecisive.
That is definitely indecisive.
We love your weaknesses, though, Willis. It defines you. You're compatibility. You're compatible with Earth and water signs. So, i.e., Cancer, Scorpio, Tauruses, and all that other good jazz. So, yeah, go date you a Taurus.
Did he say go date you a Taurus?
Yes. That's why I laugh. Tauruses are too stubborn to deal with that, and it's gonna clash.
Yeah, that
in a relationship setting.
It's not gonna work.
He needs stability.
You have one more too?
Yeah, I got a.
All right. So the last card that I have before we get to the fun part is Capricorn. So the Capricorn that we know, well, I know two. So my sister's a Capricorn, and Jalisa, MIA Jalisa, is a Capricorn. And actually, her and my sister have the same birthday. So they're Earth signs. They're the 10th sign in the Zodiac. Some of their characteristics are ambitious, goal-oriented. They're disciplined and responsible. Practical and realistic. Jalisa tell us all the time, that ain't gonna work. Y'all full of shit. What's the game plan? Things like that. Yeah, she's always looking ahead for certain things. Loyal and reliable. For both of them, honestly, I'm not I would disagree with the reliable part because they don't respond a lot. So I'll disagree on that. The stereotypes that were online are overly critical of themselves and others. I'll agree with that just because, some of us, we all judge people, but them two in particular, they do.
Babe.
And the other stereotypes, you can look on the face and tell. Why she drive that? But the other one is struggle to enjoy the moment. I don't agree with that because in particular, Jalisa, every time we're in the moment, when it's something fun happening or it's something of substance happening, she's loud and she enjoys it. And same with my sister, she definitely is friendly. The same friendliness y'all say I have. She definitely is friendly and want to speak to everybody.
She friendly as fuck.
It running the family, I guess.
Almost to an annoyance. Like, girl, you don't know them people. Get out them people's face.
But it be funny. It's all love there. It be funny.
Very friendly though.
But do y'all agree?
Loyal. Very loyal. I agree to that.
Yeah, Jalisa's loyal. I'll never forget. Last year, a bunch of stuff happened that we're not going to talk about. And she told me, because that was when she was away, when she had moved. And she was just like, I told you about them bitches. I told you don't trust them and blah, blah, blah. And she was right. So she always definitely has her friends. And my sister as well. Best interest at heart. So
yeah. 100%. Yeah. Loyal to a fault, baby. We'll stick by your side.
I'ma stick beside.
Definitely. I definitely agree to that for both of them.
Yeah.
What's your last one?
Oh, I was about to talk some shit.
Okay, go ahead.
Jalisa. I leave that what it said. Anyways, so the last one is Libra. It is the 7th sign of the zodiac. Their sign is the scales. September 23rd to October 22nd. They have balance, hence the scales. Diplomatic spirit. I agree. Good at networking. Charming and friendly. Yeah. Level-headed. People pleaser. Yeah. And some common stereotypes is relying on others for validation. Superficial and indecisiveness. I won't agree with the indecisiveness because the Libras that I know, they know exactly what they want, exactly how they want it, and it got to be their way.
100%.
Right. One of the other stereotypes I didn't write on there, and I don't agree with it for everybody, is Libras are liars. They call them lying Libras. My mama was a Libra, so come correct. So everything else on that card I agree with, like the ambition and people pleaser and the networking and all of that. Her and one of my other friends, Sam, they are both Libras. So
charming and friendly.
Yeah. People pleaser, networking, want to talk to everybody and be everybody's friend. I definitely agree with that.
But definitely have balance. Yeah, I can agree to
regardless of my negative experience with a Libra, I have to agree with that though. I can't even hate.
My dad was a Libra, and he was very friendly, charming. Everybody knew him. He didn't have.
But don't try them.
Oh, don't try him. He quick to tell you, I bust your. He was old. I bust your head to the white meat. That was And
he's crazy.
He was a
see where she get it from.
He was a Marine, so yeah.
Yeah, and my mom, she was very calm, cool, and collected until you mess with her children, and then it was up and stuck.
It was up and stuck. It wasn't no coming down. You hear me?
So I'm definitely a balance between my mom and my dad. I was made by a Leo and a Libra, so yeah.
That's quite the combination.
Yeah, I have it in me.
Quite the combination. But yeah. I won't say that they superficial though. But that is a stereotype. Never met an indecisive Libra. Like I say, they very stern on how they want it and what they want, and they know exactly. Yeah.
Well, one of the Libras I know, they do kind of ask for opinions, but normally they ask for opinions, but they already got their mind made up of what they're gonna do. They just want to hear what you was gonna say, because they're gonna do what they most people, they're gonna do what they want to do anyway. They just want to hear your vantage point.
Yeah. Only thing I can agree with is the stereotypes is relying on others for validation. Although they do come off very much, I don't care what nobody say, but at the same time it's, I got an image to maintain and, So, yeah. But please don't tip their scales.
It's not friendly.
Yeah. They're an air sign also, so...
Yeah, whatever Lil Wayne said.
They like their peace. They like their bubble. They like to be to themselves, and they don't like their peace bothered. And like I say, please don't tip their scales. Please don't.
Just in case she ain't said it already. Please don't tip their scales.
They like to have balance. They
like to be to themselves, but when they're in the right situation with the right individuals, they'll come out of their shell. Clearly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the last card that I made was going off of the most popular sign in the zodiac and the least popular sign in the zodiac, and I actually put the whole ranking for all 12 of them.
So where did it come from, first of all?
It came from an article in Vogue India. Okay. So I cite my sources.
I just need to know just in case it might be some bullshit.
I cite my sources.
Okay, so what's on the list? I'm trying to see what these hoes talking about.
So I was just gonna name the most popular and the least popular, but I'm gonna name all of them. So, and then I'll then we could talk about our favorites.
They ranking them like
yes, 1 through 12.
Okay.
So then me and you could tell our favorites because we didn't say it, but Kaila said hers already. All right. So the number 1 sign is a Leo.
I can see
Shocking.
that. I can't even be upset with that.
Yeah, I mean, I fuck with Leo, so
Yeah. I just feel like overall it's a really popular sign. It's a lion, pride.
Yeah.
Either fire signs, very outgoing. I think a lot of people who are Leos really just are pretty good people for the most part.
So the number 2 is Sagittarius.
Damn, Wednesday ain't got no love.
Yes,
When that many people hate you,
Yeah, I guess it's something about them little holidays.
you are popular.
I'm gonna just say that article was incorrect, but whatever. So, number 3 is Gemini. I fuck with Gemini, so I'm happy y'all are up there.
Yeah, y'all
All
serial
right,
killers and
number 3,
murderers
top
and shit.
3.
Yeah, y'all and y'all two faces apparently, allegedly.
Yeah, murderers. Okay.
Yeah, they be.
They are a little crazy if you take them there, but
Yeah.
from what I've seen. Number 4 is a Scorpio.
Okay.
Number 5 is a Pisces.
What the
Wow. I would have thought Pisces would have been at the bottom.
Number 6 is the Aries.
fuck? Okay, thank God. Shit, I thought I
At
was
least
about
you're
to
in
be
the top.
done.
At least you're in the
Top
top 10.
10.
Top 10. The number 7 is the Libra.
Okay.
At least they're in the top 10
Right.
too. Number 8 is the Taurus. You know we was gonna
I'm
be in the top
gonna say
10.
what a Taurus is.
You know, a lot of people don't like us because we mean and materialistic. But anyway, number 9 is the Cancer. Number 9 is the Cancer. She looking like where is it?
I already knew, so I wasn't worried about it.
Number 10 is a Capricorn.
Ooh,
Okay,
wee.
Jalisa, you top 10. Top 10. Number 11, Virgo. And number 12, drum roll, is the Aquarius.
We're the
I'm telling
weirdos
you.
of the Zodiac, so I would imagine.
I don't agree with it.
They're
that's what
just
people
unique
say.
people. They're just unique people. And I'm done. There's so many people that are Aquarius. Boobies are Aquarius.
Who?
Boobies is Aquarius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's so many Aquariuses
To,
out there.
to,
Like,
to
they're all
the
unique
untrained
people.
eye, we're the weirdos. We're
To the
the.
untrained eye, how you train the eye?
Doctor.
Thank God I got my shades on. I can see.
But yeah, that article came from Vogue in India, so that's not our ranking, that's their ranking, so there it is.
Yeah, them
So
Indian folk be fucking spitting in the food and mixing it with their fingers and toes. So I don't know.
okay. So my favorite signs, and I don't like everybody, but I don't. But my favorite signs, the 2 favorite ones would be a Gemini and an Aries. So I feel like those 2 signs, the Geminis and the Aries that I'm around, they definitely compliment me well. Like we act just alike. Like it's like looking in the mirror, pretty much. Like you got pretty much the same attitude. You don't want to deal with people certain days. I don't want to deal with people certain days. So it is what it is. But I will say, when me and those 2 signs clash, we clash. So
You said Gemini and who?
Aries.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
This bitch.
Yeah.
But the honorary mentions, because I like everybody, would be Aquarius.
Woo!
It would be Capricorn as well, because Jalisa and my sister Capricorns. And then my last one would be Libra, because of my mama clearly. But yeah,
Jalisa bow head ass.
yeah, that's my favorite signs. What's yours?
What y'all think it is?
Besides yourself.
But you can't say Aries, so besides Aries, what's your favorite
At
sign?
that point, all I got is honorable mentions. I really do love Aries. I don't know what it is. Like, I know that sounds super
Cliche.
cliche or
No, because
super
I
stuck
love
up.
Aquarius.
I love Tauruses too, but the instructions said not to include ourselves.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If I can't say Aries, then I definitely would say I like difference. Don't get me wrong. I love Leos. I love Tauruses. I love all like the strong symbols, but something about an Aquarius and a Pisces, to me, is they're unique, and I appreciate them so much because it's like.
And y'all say y'all don't like us.
It's like you ever.
But Daniel does.
Yeah, but I do because like it's almost like you ever step in a crowd of people and it's like everybody's dressed the same, they look the same, and then you got the people that are just like they're in the crowd, but then like there's just them. They're wearing like a little Pokemon hat, little Bowser turtle backpack, you never know, something crazy, but it makes sense and it looks good, and you're just like, dang, I like it. It's like it's different, it's swag, and something like that, and that's how I view Pisces and Aquarius, is because they're very unique, individualized people, and it's like every time I meet them, it's never the same person.
Right.
And but like Aries, you can tell like we're very like a lot of the same, but we're just different people. But to something about them, super unique. I'm just gonna say it again. But yeah, I really appreciate them for real.
Okay. And what was yours again?
Libras.
Libras. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were on my list too. So something about y'all Libras.
Something about it.
But yeah, y'all have anything else to add to the show today?
If y'all got some rebuttals, y'all got some talk points, y'all got some little haymakers that y'all want to throw out there for your signs and for the other signs, let us know in the comments. We trying to hear something.
Yeah, and if y'all have some other characteristics that y'all know that y'all displayed, feel free to drop down in the comments and say those as well, because we might have missed some.
Especially
if you want to argue, get in the comments, because we can argue about it too.
Them Sagittarius, we better give it low to them. But the whole time, y'all at the top.
That was number 2, but the Leos was at the top. But anyway, that wraps up another episode of Triple P&J. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel on the audio platforms. Y'all download the episode and make sure y'all give us a 5-star rating. And we will see y'all next week. Peace.